Hi there, Chris Sumpter at Glanford Park, where it's finished Scunthorpe United 1, Bolton Wanderers 0, and the Iron have really turned the League One form book on its head in picking up three potentially precious points in their battle for a playoff place this season. Bolton, I think, had won 6 of the last 7 coming into this game at Glanford Park to kind of leapfrog the Iron and take over as the side in prime position to follow Sheffield United into the Championship for next year. Scunthorpe, of course, we know the troubles they've had of late, and they'd lost 6, I think, of the previous 8 coming into this game. So everything pointed to an away victory, possibly a draw. Certainly, very few would have given Scunthorpe a chance today, but they were very worthy of the 1-0 scoreline, achieved through a lovely header from David Murphy at the back post just in front of the railway end there at Glanford Park, from a Josh Morris free kick in the 11th minute, lifted over to the back post and Murphy nodded home. Very early a very early time to score, but it gave Scunthorpe the upper hand, and they had come out and been on the front foot. To be fair, they were deserving of the goal. They'd moved the ball around with quite a lot of zip, and there just seemed to be signs that the Iron were kind of like returning to the side that we saw much earlier in the campaign, during the first half of the campaign, when they made it difficult for sides to sort of live with them. Chances really at both ends were few and far between, certainly clear-cut ones. Connor Wilkinson skewed probably Bolton's best opening of the first half, high and wide after good work from Adam Lafondra. In the second half, Neil Bishop on at half-time as a substitute for Matt Crooks, who picked up a knock. Bish was unlucky with an effort from just outside the box that it took a deflection on the way back into the penalty area and just struck the foot of the post, and no one in a claret and blue shirt unfortunately could react enough to kind of turn it home. So that was a let-off for Bolton. But then Scunthorpe were also living dangerously at times, and had Joe Anion in goal to thank twice. Midway through the second half, he pulled off a really good fingertip save to push over an effort from James Henry, and then fellow Bolton substitute Max Clayton was very unlucky not to equalise in the 73rd minute. An absolutely brilliant save from Anion, who got down low to his left to somehow push away a header from Clayton after Felipe Moraes had floated a free kick into the box. It was backs to the wall stuff kind of from then on, really, in the last 15 or so minutes, and there were a few nervy moments, I think, as the visitors sort of tried to turn the screw. But Scunthorpe held firm. That's their first clean sheet since the middle of February in a goalless draw with Walsall here, and hopefully it's a sign that they've found some form with just the right time of the season going into the playoffs. The gap between themselves and 7th place has now increased to 4 points, which gives them a little bit of breathing space. And Graham Alexander was understandably very, very upbeat and pleased with that display today. He rated it as their best performance of the season, given the circumstances going into the game, given their form, who they were playing, and also the fact that they've been put under a bit of pressure from criticism, which he said he felt had been levelled at them. The criticism had been levelled at them was a little bit unjust. So he's a happy man. I think we're all happy, and fingers crossed we are in the next few weeks as well, as the playoff race reaches fever pitch.